Tadej Pogacar is totally calm after setting a landmark, recording the best season in the history of cycling. There you can see him in these recent images walking with his rainbow jersey, enjoying his classic diet packed with baguettes and industrial quantities of processed pastries, the ones he likes so much. It has been so spectacular. In fact, his worst race this season has been a 7th place finish in the Canadian Grand Prix Quebec, a real barrage, a bombardment of the racing scene that has scared all his rivals. Many of them now see the Slovenian alien as being totally unreachable. However, there are still some teams who believe in possible miracles. And for this, they are deciding to take a risk and go just one step further, hiring people who've been surrounded by doping throughout their careers, or at least people who've been involved in some strange and shady events. In today's video, we're going to look at some different cases of teams, exposing just who's willing to take a leap forward, thanks to these extremely peculiar characters. Do you, dear viewer, think it will work? As always, let us know in the comments. And of course, as always, you can follow us on our personal Twitter account, @UncleCycling. That way you'll be able to keep up with all the news. And of course, you can subscribe to this channel for more cycling content. And now, yes, let's start with Poggy's biggest rival, our beloved Danish anchovy, Jonas Vingegaard. The Danish fish, because let's remember he's always a Dane, has been heavily criticised by the doper and manager of doping cyclists, Johan Brunel, in recent days. He claims not to understand why Jonas is so focused on fatherhood and not on trying to beat Urska Ziggart's boyfriend on the roads. The answer, dear friend Johan, may lie in the Rabobank team's quest for marginal gains. And to that end, they've tried to hire one of the best domestiques possible for their Danish rider. We are obviously talking about Simon Yates, the doping-sanctioned cyclist who's been dragging his feet in this last season with Orica, and whose irregular trajectory, full of resounding failures combined with some notorious successes, suggests that this is, at the very least, a risky signing for a team that comes fresh from a positive for doping like that of Michael Hessman. Now, obviously, in addition to his taste for fireworks, the signing of Simon Yates is influenced by the fact that his twin brother, Adam Yates, is one of the most reliable and best domestiques of the Saunier Duval team. Surely the Rabobank outfit will be able to gain a lot of new information, far beyond what the insider Mo tells us when he can, all concerning the Slovenian alien's training and tactics and planning. And finally, of course, Simon is well connected to the dangerous Andorran Catalan environment. He knows very well whom to network with and how to improve his level if he really needs to. We'll see if it all adds up to be enough to improve on the performances of the reclusive Vingegaard. Now, another team who's absolutely desperate, but this time for UCI points, is the Astana team of the doped military man, Alexander Vinokourov. It's undoubtedly the team that's made more signings thanks to the investment of fresh Chinese money. They've invested in promising young riders like the Italian Florian Caggiamini or the Dutchman Darren van Beckham. But when it comes to signing veteran riders, they hadn't shied away from taking risks with some very dangerous men like Nicola Conci or Matteo Malucelli. The first of them without victories after 8 seasons as a professional, and the second coming from triumphs in a random Japanese team, but both have a shared dark past in the Gazprom Rusvelo team. Or then there's the legendary winner of Liège, Wout Poels, who, at almost 40 years of age, can lend those young promises the benefits of the wisdom and knowledge that he's been acquiring in teams like Sky or the Bahrain Victoria circa 2021. As if that wasn't enough, for the team that was going to bring up the doper Ilkan Dostoyev as a great promise from the Astana development team, they've also decided to sign another doping-sanctioned rider, the salbutamol lover, Diego Ulissi, who will surely be able to make jokes with Poles about the white Kenyan's asthma, and who will bring all the wisdom gleaned in the Saunier Duval team. And to top it off, they've also brought in Sergio Higuita, a cyclist who, since the discovery of Dr. Marcos Mainar's Operation Ilex and his relationship with the then Astana rider, Coconut Oil Lopez, has mysteriously stopped performing in professional cycling. Oh, Astana is certainly one of the teams to watch in 2025. They will be desperate for UCI points, and they will do whatever it takes to get them. Now, of course, we can't forget about Team Sky. They not only have to face a dangerous transfer market as they try to unload the €4 million a year that Tiny Tim Pidcock is costing them, they're also facing a revolution without the bald man of marginal gains, and they want to get back to the top of world cycling. Doing so in one season will be very complicated, but we can't say that they've signed badly. They've invested in sporting direction, bringing back the Norwegian Kurt Asle Arvesen, a legendary ex-pedalist who triumphed thanks to the wise advice of friend of the channel and doped bald eagle, the legendary Bjarne Riis. Kurt has already been in the Sky team. He was there from its creation until 2016, practically the golden epocha of this horrible team. Now, if that wasn't enough, they've also signed Leonardo Basso as a director, the sprinter with no victories as a pro, but who spent 4 years in Sky's own team as a cyclist, and he comes fresh from Coconut Oil Lopez's team, importing all that knowledge acquired in Vinokurov's environment. As a performance director, the Brits have also decided to sign Tom Helleman, a young Australian resident in Girona, with all that means. A man who came from preparing the much-improved cyclists of the Sunweb team in recent seasons. Helleman himself says that his idol is his compatriot, Cadel Evans, the same man who knew Dr. Michele Ferrari, but with whom he only talked about the weather. Now, of course, speaking of mythical doctors, we can't forget the new signing that Filippo Ganna will love, this time for medical services, Dr. Luca Oggiano. He's going to promote research and development, a guy who's working in Norway, the Nordic paradise of medication development, and he's an expert in aerodynamics and has already worked with the hour record man. Oh, it's a great restructuring that we will have to look out for throughout the 2025 season. We also now have the Banesto team. With only 8 victories in 2024, they are certainly looking to increase the performance of the riders that they've been able to sign for the new season with the little money that they have left, after, according to some reliable sources close to this channel, squandering €900,000 on Remy Cavagna, who achieved a 4th place in the National Time Trial Championships as his best result of the season. Now, in going forward, they've decided to sign Benjamin Noval, the mythical domestique of low-cost Lance and Alberto Contretrol. 0 victories as a professional during his 12 years as a professional, but a huge worker and lackey, capable of sacrificing himself for the rest of his doped teammates in whichever team he graced. Noval was in the MMR team of the formerly doping-sanctioned Samuel Sanchez, a team that has flown in recent seasons with some historic results. So, no doubt, Eusebio Unzue will be looking to try to close the gap to Poggi after his failure with the doper Coconut Oil Lopez. Will he succeed? Well, you'll have to stay on this channel to find out. Oh, and now, stop by the video on the screen. You will love it.